Hey, so I decided I'd just go in this position because it makes me feel really confident. I love my hair; it's absolutely gorgeous. If you could see it, and it's all dirty too, which is weird, right? It was in a top knot before. These are my nails. I'm wearing the Hourglass foundation with the Lorac palette, just like a light brown. And actually, oh no, actually I was wearing the Lorac light palette in the inner corners and all over. And then Physicians Formula and nothing on the bottoms. Lots of the glue stick blush, Maybelline, and a lot of the bronzer all over. And these are just reapplied pink lips from Tarte. I did try and reshape them as much as possible. This one is my baby, as you can see. Look at that. How the fuck did I do that? It looks great. It's just great to kind of shade and fill in, and let it grow out, but in that shape, kind of. So I'm excited. My thighs are getting a lot skinnier, if you can see. I want to go get pizza tonight. It's a Saturday night, and just drive around, ride around Senlac in the old neighborhood for some weird reason. I kind of just want to go back there. I don't know. It's just calling me, so I'm gonna go. I wanted to just say that I've discovered a lot about myself. One thing being okay with where I am right now, which is weird. I know, it's like, what? You're not even there yet, though. I'm okay. And for many reasons I am. I'll tell you, more after I get pizza. Clearly, this is what I do. I make these vlogs for myself. But there's a reason I feel like I'm okay, somehow, in this weird, crazy, crazy way. I just got this creative energy back in my grasp, and I have time before that Orcan guy gets back to do the deal. But then also, I had a new realization about real estate too, which is crazy. Oh my god. I had this new realization, and it's just quite amazing, all these things I'm figuring out about myself. I'm gonna plug my laptop in so I can keep talking to you clearly. I felt like I was being initiated into the I felt like I was being initiated into the Jonas Brothers this afternoon when I was taking a nap, but I had this really weird dream that I was being chased by this vicious Chihuahua dog, and it was terrifying. It was so scary. Lost a lot of weight from dance classes. This is my second dance class this week, and didn't go on the treadmill, but I'm on a bike, so whatever. But it's kind of cool because I have I have so many new ideas. Number one, to move to LA and to pursue all my dreams at once, absolutely. I don't know if it's gonna happen right away. I don't know if I should just probably go to York University, see what happens, and just try. I can only get to a point where I can get through trying and being myself. And it's funny because when I cross my legs, I will just created through 800 calorie burn running for about 2.5 weeks now. 3 times a week to 5 times a week, and I would say also going to the gym almost every day, doing the lightest weights till failure, 2 sets of them. Just being active, really active. I'm talking about dance class and just challenging myself in balancing and dancing in the mirror, and eating less as well. Oh god, that's a huge one. Eating under 1,000 calories and then saving the last little bit for a delicious treat or whatever for the end of the day, or a really big meal at the end of the day so I could just go to sleep properly. I did this chart today. I want to just become Israeli doing Kabbalah. For some reason, I've just been really infiltrated by the Kabbalah society. I don't know why. Shane came back online, and literally all my stuff is fucking private. All my photos are non-existent, and it's awesome because I feel like I can't be stalked by anybody. I feel like nobody can judge me because I've only got 2 photos up. I'm shaking right now. My wrist is shaking. I'm so tired. So it feels good, it's just I've always wanted this. I've always wanted this privacy, and once I gave myself the privacy and I took a step up, I'm like, no, I'm not going to be a good girl. I'm not going to let myself get stepped on. I'm going to private my photos. And as soon as I did that, it's fantastic, so private from that life where people stalk you on social media and you don't know really what they're seeing and you don't have really control on it. I also like how now in my life, what a wonderful Saturday, let's just say that. Like when I'm with Brian, I'm really confident. I don't care what people think about me when they hear me talk. On the subway today, weirdly enough, this morning, I was exhausted, but like all the guys literally on the subway stared at me. Yeah. Like I got so much time, like they were all like looking with their eyes, like kind of like that kind of look. Like I got those kind of looks from one guy that was sitting there on the subway, and then a guy that walked in, and the guy from further over. People just kept looking at me. I didn't know what I had. Like, what is it that I have to offer people that everyone's looking at me? I like it. I start to like it. And also the bus driver, it was raining like hell this morning, and I didn't mind, but I didn't want to be late. And I left right on time. Well, sort of a little bit later, like 2 minutes later, and the bus. But it was the wrong bus, and I didn't know, and I just was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to go across the street. So I started walking slowly, and all of a sudden I see the bus, and it goes by, but it's another $1.99. I'm like, no fucking way. And it zooms right by. I'm like, no. And then all of a sudden I see down the street is a 39. I'm like, and as I'm walking up, I'm like, no way. The traffic light just changed. It's more than a minute, and this bus is gonna go. But then it started counting down 30. I'm like, no way. 30 seconds, that bus is not gonna. And then all of a sudden, I see the guy, and like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and it slows down and it stops. And it could have gone. He could have sped up and gone, but no, he stopped. And he looked at me. And it was like a young guy in his 20s, kind of. And what did I have on? I'll tell you. My hair in a ponytail, like a high pony, like my Tuvlo shirt, which went up to here. You could see my jacket, my black jacket, and my black Tallulah leggings, my black Nikes, and my side bag. And I just walked across the street. I didn't think I looked like hot shit or anything, but I sure as hell was confident, and my aura was on point after uploading that video last night and just being able to put it out there finally, that Levels video, because my obsession is up here. Let me tell you, like, this girl has now been officially obsessed with a Joe Bro. I am in the Jonas Brothers club. I am obsessed. It's making my life so happy and so kind of something to work for. And also I was talking to myself at the gym, when I was coming back from the gym, when I'm starting to have this newfound appreciation for wealth, because knowing he's a millionaire and he attained all that, and it's kind of like inspiring to me. It's like, it's not a bad thing to have money, and it's not a bad thing to hold yourself in that way and just be really classy about it and stuff. And I'm like, inspiring. I kind of like that. And so I have this newfound idea to wealth where I kind of actually want wealth, and I kind of am accepting wealth into myself, I guess you could say. So I'm starting to, even though I haven't made any money, but I'm starting to think of ideas of what I could do that would make me happy, working on a day-to-day basis. Like, for example, like being a voiceover artist, which was something interesting I came up with at the gym yesterday or the day before, and I was telling Elise, like, how do I get into this? I want to figure out how to do it myself. So then I think to another thing, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Because how are you going to be an actor if you have no schooling background? Sometimes in my head, though, I have this voice that's telling me, doesn't matter, screw it, just do it, you could do it, it's so easy, why do you need a degree when you could probably pull it off? But then I'm like, no, but you need all these technical, like I could really figure out a way, because it is my life, don't you forget, caught in the crowd, it never ends, okay? Not that I would want to know Nick Jonas's mom or anything like that, like I'd probably get so gel, but at the same time, you know, it would be kind of like, I just had this, like, it's like a never-ending fantasy, which I don't want to end. It's like an addiction that I don't want to end, and it's actually somebody that I don't feel threatened by. Like a lot of the male artists that I have had crushes on in the past, like, let's see, Kino Body and Charlie Puth. Those people were a little bit on the scary side, but Jonah is like, I almost feel like a deeper kind of feeling for it. Why would you want to mingle in Hollywood anyway? You know, someone asked me that, like, it's like, in my head, of course, it's like, why would you want to mingle in Hollywood? Why the fuck would you want to do that? And because I want to be around highly successful people my age that are interested in overachieving. And instantly I thought, what? That's why you want to be big. That's why you want to be famous. That's why you want to be who you are right now. You want to be famous because you want to mingle with people that are intelligent minds like yours, because you're an intelligent mind and you're surrounding yourself with mediocres. So that makes sense. And you want to be a hard worker and disciplined, right? But you're not surrounding yourself around that. That brings me to my next point about how I just figured out how there's a little bit of a mismatch in our chemistry, because I wanted a creator and he's not. He's fine, content with where he's at. He wants to stay at that level forever. And whenever I see him again, I do want to hash out that problem. I want to be like, yes, I know that, but how is this going to work? Because I want to be inspired by somebody, and I really have always wanted a boyfriend that's just as creative as I am. And I don't feel like this is a match. And that's something I'd like to bring up. It's like, I don't want someone that just is comfortable sitting in the same spot. I want someone to motivate me and push me to achieve my higher goals. And that's what I kind of got the vibe that you did, that you were. But then eventually realized that you weren't. And I think that's a huge thing. It's like, I get crushed. My soul gets crushed every time I say, like, oh, don't you want to be like a MMA or something? He's like, no, like, I'm fine where I am. And I'm like, and it's all like a soul-crushing experience. It really is, because it's not a happy thing, you know, it's not a happy moment. And another thing is, just before I get into this list, shut up, okay, I am really proud of where I am right now. I'm really proud of where I am right now. For so many days, I've been lost. This year, you know, January and February, I've been confused, I've been angry at myself. Why am I not doing something more? Why am I not helping my family out? Why am I not having another job? Why am I letting everybody else do it for me? Why am I sleeping in, staying up late, anxious, angry, lamenting, you know? And today I just felt some kind of peace with myself, where I'm like, give it all you got to make it better. And I'm kind of like embracing who I am in this very moment so that I can keep making it better at each detail at a time. Like, I'll think of something like this, for example. I woke up like this, and I thought, how to deal with Saturday Night Life when you're basically single, broke. Okay, this is my list that's inexistent right now, but I wanted to write a list because I feel like this every Friday and Saturday. I want to do something. I want to go out there, and it's just a normal Gemini tendency to want to experience life on these exciting days when a lot of the people that are usually working are out enjoying themselves. And it has a lot to do with the whole Instagram thing, as well as like, now I feel like I'm into social media. Now I feel like I'm into the crowd. Like, I feel like I'm actually beginning to blossom as is who I want to be, who I'm proud of. And I think that was like the huge issue this entire time that I've been kind of asleep, is that I was never proud of myself. I never enjoyed myself. I never liked who I became. And therefore I couldn't create anything, and I couldn't go any higher than I was at a job, like, for example. And it was just because I just didn't like who I was. It had nothing to do with being a bad person or not good enough. It was just literally, quite frankly, because I wasn't proud of who I'd become. I was kind of like this girl that didn't really know who she was and didn't know what she wanted. And I can say today, March 25th, 2017, that I am literally getting there, and I'm free. Like, getting there, you know. I came up with this list. I was lamenting around my room right before I took a nap. I couldn't help it. It was brimming at the point of bursting, and I just thought, why do I want to be in Los Angeles right now? For some weird reason, I wanted to just be in that Crystal City right now. That's a really run place where Hollywood says exists, of high achieving business people that I don't even know why I would want to be there, but I do. I can imagine myself with longer curly, same tinted blonde hair, with the same outfit on, but quite slender and free, you know, and just using my mind and my confidence to achieve anything that comes in my path. I don't know why. Oh my god, I am so cocky right now, but it's fine. It's fine because I've got a plan, and this is my little Los Angeles plan that I just wrote and scribbled on the back of this little sheet of paper that I'm going to keep forever, because everyone deserves to have what they want. If I want to go to Los Angeles, I want to go to the place where everybody gets it, I want to go there. I want to go to that cutthroat discipline world where there's songwriters and people. And even Brian was saying today, she was like, "You're so smooth when you dance, though. Even though you didn't look like you were into it or whatever, you were so smooth." And I was like, "Really? Thank you." The things I say are quite poetic. I'm naturally a songwriter from practicing this since I was 15, like just always scribbling down ideas and coming up with poetic, emotional ideas in my head. Sometimes I think though, like, if I actually did get close to Jonas and we went up into those mountains and we song wrote or whatever and we created, would I actually be able to open up in that necessarily way to songwrite in that sense? Because I feel like I couldn't do that. I feel like I probably couldn't songwrite in the way that I wanted to, just solely because just because I think, like, judging from my past, I have so much fun when I'm with like someone I like or whatever. I like zone out into this different world, right? I'm not actually working. I'm actually just playing and fucking myself over, kind of, and like drinking coffee and sitting on the couch and just chilling. And I don't really create any good songs when I'm there. It's weird, right? So I'm up with this list. I'm not gonna go through it too much, but it's basically like the things that are helping me that I'm starting to draw into my life. Oh, I should add one thing: picking out the details and fixing them. This is something I didn't do in 2010. So I'd pick out a problem, like if I think of something, I'm like, well, why is this such an issue for me? Why is this a problem? Why is this a problem? And then I highlight it and I fix it. Like, even though it's like the smallest, most insignificant, boring, hard to fix issue, I would sit down and I'd fix it. So slowly you're on track and slowly you're fixing all these problems that you've had for the longest time, and they're all coming together and you're like, oh my god, like I fixed all my problems and I'm on top of my game again. And it's just like that. It's like, why can't I use Instagram? What's wrong with Snapchat? Why can't I figure out how to do these? What's not driving me to care about these things? And if I broke down everything in my life like that, I would have no problems. It's all about breaking down the problems and really seeing them, and all of them, and I mean simultaneously break down all your problems. You're never going to understand your problems because, okay, why do you keep all the dish towels and you don't wash them? Why? Because, like, I have so much other laundry. Oh, you have so much other laundry. Well, why don't you take care of that first and then do the dish towels? Oh, I can't right now. You know, like, you just don't want to think about it, but if you would have thought about your laundry problem and you got rid of that, and then you could get rid of the dish towel problem, and then more and more, and it's just like spring cleaning, like forever. I don't care, as long as I get back to where I want to be, and that this is the route. And it might not be fun, and I might be spending all my weekends kind of just figuring out myself and drawing pictures and stuff. It is really helping. So this is my little Los Angeles chart, my map to Los Angeles, the treasure map. I want to be famous in Los Angeles. I said this is a manifestation. Famous in Los Angeles. Inspiration, brain smarts, working out, discipline, focus, dance lessons and covers, unemployment, time to think, picking out and fixing details are things that are helping me be famous in Los Angeles. Now, the things that are chaining me to my lackluster environment in Toronto and creating resistance and confusion are lack of confidence, lack of sleep and focus and discipline, my anxieties, money, time, sleep, Brandon, social, OCD, perfection, and my procrastination. Before this, I've got to do this and other things. So this is my chart. I think that, like, I always think, oh, I need to make money before I do this. That's a form of procrastination. It's an excuse, making excuses. I forget what I was going to say before that. But yeah, basically, this is my new life. Like, I just realized all this is happening, and it's kind of just, like, making sense to me. And the whole, like, voice actor thing is also making sense to me. Why not get into the field that you love, which is acting and using your voice, and you have the equipment. And I know it's going to take time, and I know I'm going to have to, like, look into it and fix my problems with that and have a kind of, like, routine going about how to do my vocals. But wouldn't that be fucking awesome? You know, getting into a routine where you're just sending out vocals, something like that. I just had to tell you all this. I had to just tell you this. I just had to. Like, I was bursting having to tell you all my ideas that I've come up with. There are so many more. Said I'd get pizza first, did not. But it's this weird moment, like this in time where, oh my god, I'm back in dance class. The dance class, actually, you know, it's strangely enough, you wouldn't think it would inspire someone this much, but it makes me think I still can dance. It makes me think I can not only dance, but I can do more with my mind than I previously thought I could. And I remember when I started taking dance class with Brian in January 2014, I had no confidence. I was just like, I'm gonna suck at this. Where am I going? I'm gonna try one more time, and if I can't dance, then that's it. But if I can, then maybe this could go somewhere. That's what fueled my final performance. And I look back on it now, and like, if I didn't dance in dance class, I wouldn't have even considered to do my final performance the way I did, and have the confidence, the strength in my legs, the strength in my mind to dance in front of an audience. And I think it just got, like, I got a newfound confidence from that. I had thought, I can do more than I ever thought I could, and this is something I should just keep going with, like, keep exploring, like, what I can and can't do. And yeah, sure, there are times in dance class when it's not fun, like, when you hold a pose and you fall, or someone sees you mess up, or you bump into someone else's space, or someone's rude, or like, there's certain things, right? Or even taking the subway to get there can be a drag. But yeah, by the way, let me finish my thought. But yeah, it's the fact that I'm actually going and doing it again feels exhilarating. I can't explain. There's so many classes I want to try. You can meet so many people through these classes. You know, they're good fitness-wise. I could take 2 classes and burn the same on a treadmill, you know, and get a lot of head growth and balance growth in my body, which is amazing. I just find that so fascinating. Kind of want to close down my gym membership, but I need those weights. The discipline that I've learned lately, that's another thing I want to just talk about. I've been on time for my dance class, okay? Like, I used to be so late. And also, like, I've learned discipline through time, through slowing down my time and not rushing through things. I've also learned discipline through, I don't want to say, like, pain and stuff, but it is a little bit, like, of an embracing certain types of pain to do that, but then holding on to certain types of unfound pleasure as well, like, in your head, like, I could do this, and this, but still be in love with this person. It's like a great feeling where you know that you're not going to be in love with that person to escape necessarily, but you're going to be in love with that person, and it's going to amplify everything that you already do. I have a dream to do like a Hollywood recreation, Hollywood and the Cool World cartoon recreation in a feminist kind of way, to explain how the female mind works and how we're not ever fulfilled, and I think as human beings we're not really fulfilled. And kind of like in a Tovlo way, I also had an idea for Heartfelt Land, which would be my sophomore album. I already established Heartfelt Land is going to be my sophomore album, and it's going to be about a place of hedonism and pleasure, and a place of that I imagined that was unlike anywhere on this earth, that you could go and explore every ounce of your existence. And I feel like I went to Heartfelt Land this year. I felt like January to March I was in Heartfelt Land, where there was no pressures on me. Thank God, thanks Debbie for letting me do this, and being unemployed, because I think, like, one of my things on here is unemployment. It's one of the biggest blessings to be out of school and unemployed, because there's so much you can focus on, and so much you can really when I say focus, I mean it in the utmost way. You can focus on what you want to get out of this life and figure it out. And I'm not wasting my time. I mean, I have wasted some time, which inevitably had to be wasted just to get to this point, but I've discovered so much about myself that I cannot be more thankful for. I'm so happy that I was able to. The scale isn't budging off 173 or 172, but I don't give a fuck, because my stomach is getting smaller, my arms are getting skinnier, my back's getting skinnier, the top back. My lower hips and my thighs are getting extremely small, which I've never seen them this small. I can only imagine what would happen if I kept this up every single day. What I'm talking about kept it up. Oh, well, I run to the gym. I run past the gym to McDonald's and back. I eat really low calories, and when I have a big meal, it's a salad with avocado and some delicious dressing. I eat really low carb. I had a lot of beef this past week. Random, but I have. And yes, so sometimes part of me thinks, okay, like, yes, drinking more water, this water bottle has helped me. Sometimes I think though, like, what would happen if I joined an acting class? Like, would it expand my brain even more? What about singing class? Would that expand my brain even more? Is that what made Ollie back in the day? Because Ollie was taking dance class, and he knew that he was more than just his body, and he knew that there was so much infinitely more. And I think the aura of a person, in which their ideas think that there's more of a person, is more than just what they look like. You know, I was destined to be famous. I was destined to be an actress. I was destined to be in the entertainment industry. It's written on my forehead. It's written all over my body. I know this. This is second nature to me. One of my favorite things on this earth is dancing. I love dancing. I could dance nonstop, dance till you drop if I wanted to, as long as I had enough sleep in the nighttime. I could create till I drop. It's my favorite thing. I love talking about these kind of things. I love being in this. Why the fuck am I not enjoying myself in Hollywood right now? I'm almost 25 years old. I'm upset that I haven't started earlier, but that's just life. To this point, that was just what my life was. I wasn't given the privilege to have a supportive environment for my dreams, but that doesn't mean that I have to stop. I saw DVO's music video, and he's in LA. I'm pretty blown away that Elise was a part of that. It's kind of cool how she was in Louisiana, but yet a part of this project that's taking place in Los Angeles. It's kind of cool. It's like, well, anything is possible. This guy's been working on his persona for so long, but that doesn't mean I have to work on it for so long. That just means you have to cut to the chase and get it on paper. That just means that you have got to get the idea down and just directly link up to what you want. And law of attraction wise, same thing, you know. It's about having no fears, no time constraints, and just going for it. And but knowing what you want and not being easy about it, not being like super like, oh, I'm just gonna let someone take advantage of me, or I'm just gonna let this person waste my time. Or time is valuable, but also know that it takes time to come up with something great, just like it did April 4th when you came up with the performance that you thought, no way am I doing this is crazy, but I did it. I didn't think I could actually get that far onto a stage to actually do something like that, but I did in the end. It kind of shows me that I was meant to do that, and I remember the rush, that feeling when it's like time to come to the stage. I'll never be able to think for it, but I'm over that. I think I thanked him enough previously, and there's nothing more to be said or done. If I meet him in the future and our paths cross, that's wonderful, but I don't think there's any need to go further. I think I need to find someone new. I think I need to find my next connection. I'm not saying I should go back to working with him. I think maybe I could go back to working on future videos as well, but he was a connection I made in 2000 where I was attracting a certain kind of frequency, and I don't know if he's the frequency that I need. We're going to the top. Another thing that's really quite interesting when I said we're going to the top, I just don't know about the match. I need to be more aware of if we are a match or not, because I can't tell. I know we're both Geminis, but that doesn't really highlight much of the productivity. That doesn't highlight much of like the capability and stuff like that. But I'm not shitting. I mean, like, he's a great guy and he can produce great stuff, but like I need to make sure I'm doing what I need to do. Festivals as well, like we're talking about the Paprika and the Nuit Rose Festival, and I was thinking about that, like how could I get in there and how could I get bigger, you know. Theater community is run by, that kind of shows a lot about the theater community here. It's pretentious, and I'm sure it's pretty hard to get into. The one in Los Angeles, though, that's a new boat for me. If it's pretentious, it's pretentious. What can you do? But you know, at the same time, it would be good to break into one community or another, and that should be my goal while making some sort of income on the side that I'm actually happy with. Real estate, for the thing, I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, you know what? If I'm achieving all these goals, what's so hard about putting real estate as another notch? The only problem with that is the time-consuming aspect of it. That's my only probably worry. is how much time it consumes during the day and how it switches my gears into a different kind of business mindset in terms of math and stuff. And I was thinking to myself, like, maybe I am better than the average bear when it comes to real estate and when it comes to doing math calculations, and maybe that is something I should roll with. Maybe I should be more proud of that and maybe work on it a little bit more. I'm not really sure, but you know, to have gotten this far and to have everyone kind of shut me down, like all those people, and be like, oh, you're not good enough, you don't know what you're doing, and it's my first deal, and just knowing all that, it's kind of like, you know, like, I'm good at this, like, how could you, like Brian was saying, I have a lack of confidence when I dance, and I have a lot of anxiety when I dance. Same thing with this as well. What would happen if I shook all my anxieties from my brain in general just by progressing and learning and growing as a person? What would happen? How successful would I really be? How successful would I be if I grew and I decided to paint my walls finally, because I can't let go of the marks on the walls that I hate, but they're, again, memories from me. I have these little things that keep holding me back, and as long as they keep holding me back, there's no chance that this Gemini is ever going to grow. That means spending years and years in the same spot. I think some people get held back from things, and sure, you're in love, sure, you're like over the moon and stuff, that's great, but if you're not in touch with yourself, you're not in love anymore either. So that's an interesting duality, and you lose yourself, but then when you lose yourself, you're definitely not in love anymore, you're not invested anymore, you don't even know who you are anymore. So how could you be in love, you know? I'm really proud of myself. I've had no coffee right now, but I'm like extremely like talking so fast to you. My breath is shallow. I don't really know how to go any faster. Okay, the last kind of point I wanted to say is levels. Ever since I went on the elevator with Brian, it was a great experience. You can't achieve everything if you don't have a schedule that fits everything. So yeah, but anyway, so back to the beginning, levels. I just uploaded the video last night. I had this really weird thing. I was like, you know what? I'm getting at the peak of my obsession with Nick Jonas. There's a deeper reason that I'm connected to this. The map on the scheme of things, you know, sometimes it's like, you're with this person here, and then you're with this person here, but if you have resistance, you're never going to get to that person, you're never going to follow your path, and you're going to resist yourself all the way up. But you're still going to be connected to that person somehow. It's kind of like the Boy George Madonna thing, how I was always connected to them, but I never really... Same with Tableau as well. I was connected, and it kind of swerved me back. I don't really understand how in this world I was connected to that artist so much, but it ended up being this year I went to a Tableau concert, and I became obsessed and utterly in love with Nick Jonas. And so this has sparked a whole new chapter in my life of the idea that I know we can get higher. That's a quote. I could just put that right here with text. I know we can get higher. My vibrational frequency is quite high. I had a dream once a couple days ago. I put it on Penzu or something, where the lady said, "Oh my gosh, dear, your vibration is so high. I can feel it radiating through your heart," or something like that. And I thought about that, and it's like, is it really expanding through my exercise? Is that why a person's vocal cords gets higher when they get skinnier? Is that why when you're skinnier you end up getting more opportunities and more confidence because your frequency is higher, because there's not as much fat on your body and your energy can run through you better? And I just thought of all these kind of law of attraction type things, but more so than that, we can get higher. I think about this at the gym. This is like a tagline I've been thinking about, like a quote I've been thinking of in so many ways, like with my clothing, with my money, with wealth, with socialization, with my self-worth and pride and going out with people and stuff like that. I know we can get higher. We could do better than this, and that's fine. You know, I know we can get higher, girl. Like, I know, like, this is kind of like what I imagine him saying is like, I know you can do better, and I know we're going to get there. It's kind of like a push that's like, we can get higher than this. Just wait, just wait. You know, you can push yourself past that point of breakage, even that little notch, even more. You can push yourself past that point where you thought you couldn't go any longer. Like, and that's what is really interesting, because this whole, you know, beginning of this year was about this. It was about how long can me and Brandon go without seeing each other, and how long can I go without an income, and how long can I stretch this and stretch that, and how long can I go running for, and it's just a lot of the same theme. And when I went up the elevator with Brian, I looked terrible in that video. I really am not proud of what I looked like or what I said. I was exhausted, but I actually excited. I was like, this is happening, like this happens to people. Love is real, love is there, love is what it is, you know. Then he was like, let's go up the elevator, and I was like, I don't want to go, I don't want to get in trouble, I have so much to risk. But we ended up going up the elevator, and I was like, he's right, I shouldn't be so afraid, I shouldn't be so scared of things. And I think that's what I really enjoy about being with Brian. But he was like, let's go up the elevator, and as soon as I was going up the elevator, I'm like, this is so dope, like look at the view outside, like this is so cool. And then I had Levels playing in my head, levels, levels, levels. I'm like, this song, Jonas, Tough Low, Close, the song I was going to do right when Brandon left after the Peter Cetera cover, I was going to do Close because I was thinking about close space is just a word made up of someone who's afraid to get too close. And, you know, I thought of Nick Jonas for a second. I'm like, oh my god, what? And so when I finished filming the video, which I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna film this, and I was so excited to film it because I wanted to post it and show everybody what we were doing. And on top of it, I hashtagged Levels, and it clicked in my head. I'm like, why don't I cover that song? So like when I went home, I was like, am I gonna cover this song now? Am I gonna listen to this song? And I don't know what day it was. Like, you could look up on my history or on my photo booth or whatever. And I was watching Levels, and I was kind of interested, but I was sad at first. I was painful. I was like, oh, this guy's not my boyfriend. I'm so mad. He's different. He's not the same. But, you know, when I started opening up and I started getting to know him more, I'm like, you're a Virgo. And then I was like, no way. You're, like, soft and romantic. You look like him. You've got the same stature and the ears. And, like, I'm like, okay. And you've got the same kind of, like, vibe and aura going. So, and as soon as I knew it, the New Jersey guy just stole my heart. Like, honestly, I was just, like, over the moon. And, so I just finally posted it, and I had this weird thing in my head that it was this weird thing that was saying, if you don't post it before you go with Brian today, Nick Jonas will never see this video. And I just, like, what? Like, you're kidding me. It's like, yeah, time is of the essence, Tanya. The miracles, which one was it? Was it the Course in Miracles? I think it was the Course in Miracles one that said, for a miracle to happen, it can take as much time as possible, but at the same time, time is of the essence. And I think it was episode 1 of the audiobook. And I was like, really? Like, a miracle takes time. For a second, I was just like, no way. No effing way. You know, like, I kind of thought about that. And it's like, well, I gotta post this video then, because time is of the essence, and this miracle has to happen in its given time frame. Because ever since I did the Levels, ever since I recorded it when I was standing there, I was like, is Nick Jonas gonna see this? And if he is, I better be wearing something nice, right? Like, that was my thing. Like, that was my thing. It's like, is he gonna see this? I just gotta chill. If he is, I better be wearing something that shows the best in me, that shows my personality. Kind of like Puma Shock, sort of. Like, they saw her covers, right? And I thought, like, what if a lot of people are going to see this? What if this is one of my main ones? What if this is something that I put so much passion into that it blows up my channel because I'm really doing it because I want to do it? And as soon as I thought of those ideas, you know, I got on my bodysuit and I took selfies. I didn't put barely any makeup on. I just put on what made me feel pretty, which was so important, and what I would dance in the mirror to. And I started waiting for my camera to load and putting the memory card in, and I started getting this, like, momentum going that I was like, I'm pretty. I didn't even think that I was wearing no makeup. It didn't even cross my mind. Sure, I put a little bit of bronzer on and mascara, and I didn't even think I was wearing mascara, actually. But I put on the lipstick that is my favorite, and my hair in a messy ponytail, and I went to town. Like, I literally recorded that, and oh no, sorry, that was the day after I went with Brian, but the day before I did the Feel Something, I Feel It Coming, and I had this really bad feeling, which was weird because it's so good now. I deleted all those videos, they're gone. I don't know where the fuck they went. I think I just deleted them on accident because I thought I put them on, but this is like the whole story, guys. because this is a new chapter is about to open. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. It's going to open. It's going to be this new chapter where I discover more about NJ, New Jersey. And I discover more about it, and I kind of get interested more a little bit. And so this is going to be like a new beginning, kind of. I don't want my addiction to end. I don't ever want it to end. I think it's a beautiful thing. It's the most inspiration I've ever had for a long time, and I'm not going to let it go just because I feel bad about it or guilty about it. It's part of the love that's inside of me, and I need to embrace that and manifest it, because it's actually making me more happy and radiant. So why is that a bad thing? You know what I'm saying? So we'll work on that. I don't really know the details. It's not necessarily good things I do with a boyfriend, right? But it's making me happy. So happiness over everything, and people deserve to be happy. I already know this. This is already a constant in my head. I already know it. And instantly after I, recorded the video, I was like, I really wanted to see this. I feel like he's just going to see it. I feel like I already know he's going to stumble across this for some reason. Of course, this guy looks up his own self. He Googles his name. He's that type that he's going to come across this cover. Like, it's got to be good, right? And I didn't do, like, an amazing job on the vocals, but I did them just to get by, like, the best I could. And sooner or later I thought, I want to be a Tuflo. I want to work with him on a song. I don't necessarily want to be like a girlfriend or a wife, and I also want to be in a sexual music video. And number 3, I want to be creating with him something. We've got to create something. I just knew it. Like, I already knew those things, and it hit me like a bolt of lightning when I was in that elevator. I was like, levels. Like, this is levels. It just hit me. So I had to make that song. I was really down. I don't know why. I felt like I was missing something in my life. But as soon as I felt like I was missing something, the universe answered on time, and it gave me that something that I needed. And I'm starting to feel so inspired as an artist. I feel so inspired as a person. This person that's 2 months younger than me, or 3 or 4 months younger than me, is doing about the same thing I could be doing. And I need to be doing that, right? So it's quite inspiring to hear and to watch someone else's career take off that way. So I posted it this morning right straight from iMovie. It was quick, it was fast. I quickly chose the thumbnail. I did the text on top of it. I was really fast to do it. I needed to get it done. I went to bed super late, but I needed to do it. Like, there's just a voice in my head I was listening to saying, get that out. If you don't do it by tonight, and you listen to your disciplined mind like you should be, because you need to get there, he's not going to see it. And I guarantee in the future, whether it's in the near or far, this miracle will manifest in its own time frame. It will go, and it's going to work. I can visualize it. I can see it. It's going to happen. I'm not doing anything too huge to try and get it done. I might put a little bit of better SEO. I might post it on Instagram just to give it its push, to give it the all that it deserves. But I would be more of a new artist potential to work with, and I'd be growing my empire by then, as well as losing weight, so that I can become exactly who I want to be in my dreams, which is a 120-pound, gorgeous, drop-dead singer that stands for everything that is important to humanity. So, wow, I feel like I got a lot done. I feel like you should look at my legs right now. They are gorgeous. I wouldn't do anything to screw them up or ruin them. I feel like a diva. I feel like a goddess. Like, oh my gosh, when I was eating that chashu don at Tuhinbuku, I did not want to go to Tuhinbuku, but when I was eating it, I was like thinking to myself, I was like, this is really delicious, but as I feel it going down, I was feeling my stomach, sort of, like, and my abs and my flatness and the definition here, that I shouldn't worry, because the fat around the muscle is the first to burn, and then it goes out from the muscle towards the skin. The skin part, which is what I'm feeling, that's going to be the last to burn, so I'm basically burning from the inside out. So it's it's working. All I want to say, that's all I literally wanted to tell you is my system is working. 800 calories a day, or trying to do that, is working. And I know I said I was going to do it every day this weekend, but today was a little bit too much on my heart. I'm going to take it easier. I'm going to probably do my 800 tomorrow. I'm going to do my bike ride tonight, but it was, like, I swear to you, it's working. There's some things going on. I'm going to just show you. I'm so excited, really aware that I lost weight when I see the scale change to 120, of course, but I can't ask for everything at once. I don't want to stop at 150. That's my thing. I don't want to do what I did before and just stop. I want my discipline to reach further. And kind of when I get to 150, sure, have a cheat meal, sure, but don't let go. Just keep on pushing, keep on working out, keep on doing your 800 calories a day per week, and keep going. So I think, is that the last thing I wanted to say to you? There's so much I needed to talk about. I want to do some drawing. I looked at my paintings. I was just shocked. I was like, oh my god, like, where did this person go that used to paint and used to draw so well? This needs to come back, but more so, I need to do my heartfelt land covers. I need to manifest the ideas that I'm coming up with. I need to work on that a lot more as well. I'm not putting enough work into my original covers as I am into my covers, my original material, because you know what? Focusing on what I'm not doing never helped me, but focusing on what I'm doing right helped me 10 times more. And focusing, and then slowly, it takes a lot of time. I just want to tell you, this was not easy for me. This was hard. This took time. This took 3 months of insane strength from January to March to do this all. There's nothing easy about it. The only easy thing would probably be the fun things that came in the way, like cheesecake and coffee and watching videos that have nothing to do with anything, just that could kind of silence my anxiety. There's nothing good about being away from a partner. There's nothing good about having that struggle and that pain and that loneliness. But it worked. And I'm so much more happy than I could ever have imagined. I feel I'm myself again. I feel like I have my privacy back in terms of social media. People having access to my personal pictures was something I couldn't deal with. But I never let myself actually privatize them. And as I was explaining before, it's just such a liberating feeling to know that my pictures are now private. It's just amazing. Like, all my photos of me and Brandon that people didn't deserve to see, didn't deserve to know. And as that's happening, as all those are private, I'm becoming this amazing young woman. But 25 needs to be exactly how I want it. And that's what I'm trying to do. Manifest 25. I should have a hashtag for that. I'm really trying to get started on social media and trying to figure it out and, figure out exactly, what is this stuff. Of course, I want to get an agent. Of course, I want to get a marketing team and just do those kind of things. That's what I'm interested in. And no, I don't want to market someone else. I don't want to get a degree in marketing and market someone else. I think that would just be the hardest thing to ever get, because that means that I'm going to be seeing someone else living the dream I want to be living. I need to be 100% focused, and I have all these ideas zooming around in my head, and it was weird is at one point, I just have to explain all this over time. It's okay, not in one sitting, but sorry, I need to show you all these papers that I've probably worked on since January. Okay, all of these papers here, darling. Ideas. Haven't done many of them, maybe some of them, but I like to stay in the moment, but I also like to plan if I can. It makes me a genius more to have all these ideas, but there's no way you can do all your ideas, but you need to have an outlet for your ideas. You can't let them just float around in cyberspace. You need to have them written down, and you need to somehow figure out a way to execute them. as soon as possible as well. Just like this Los Angeles plan needs to execute itself. Won't you feel so bad when you know, I could have been there a year ago, 2 years ago, I wasted my time, I could have been living this awesome life. That's something that you really badly need to understand. This all, like, the artist part of this needs to have an outlet, have a creative outlet. I need to write down the things I need to draw and doodle the things that I'm thinking about. And all of this stuff that I'm organizing in my life is a way of me growing up, is a way of me figuring out how to get a job at the same time as get all this stuff in place. You know, how am I going to get an income? How am I going to go to work and work into my schedule? Oh my god, it was just 2 minutes ago, it was 11:11, so whatever I was talking about, I probably wished it. I just want to tell you that, like, honestly, I need to get this in place before anything else. This is an evolution of self. This is an evolution picking up from where I was in age 22, and I feel like I'm getting there. Like, I just wanted to tell you that. Like, it's a joyous, like, thing. I've been wandering around my room thinking, am I getting there? Am I getting anywhere? Am I doing anything? Am I figuring anything out? Is this working, or am I just doing nothing? I am doing something. This is working. I can tell you for sure now. I feel it. Like, I don't know. I can't really explain it in terms of words, but there's this exhilarating feeling of vibration that I know that it's working. It's connected somehow. I don't know. Maybe it's the exercise. Maybe it's the different mindset. Maybe it's just trying new things. Maybe it was that morning laying in bed till 6 in the morning, 8 in the morning, 10 in the morning, looking up Olivia Culpo's feed and looking up Jonas and stuff, and like interviews and things, and watching a part of the documentary and embarking on this journey and looking up the breakfast that she makes and thinking, I want to make breakfast like that. You know, those are the things that I think are important. Those moments. And don't ever lose yourself. If you ever lose yourself, quit your job. Take time off, figure yourself out. 3 months minimum, 4 months maximum. I'm probably about ready to get an income soon and start working through that and start figuring out what I want. That's how close I am. And I just wanted to tell you. I wanted to boast to you. I wanted to express myself. And if you ever feel down, just know that your vibration is probably not up there. You're probably not drinking enough water. You're probably not pushing yourself to your limits. You're probably not running. You're probably not going out and socializing. You're probably not in touch with yourself. You're probably limiting yourself and going to restaurants and talking to the wrong kinds of people and not being there with you. I've also been quite elusive to my family lately, which seems a bit rude and stuff, but it has to be done. It has to be done. Because if it's not done, then you're not really being in touch with your independent self. So you need to do that. Sorry. It's part of life, leaving the nest and becoming who you want to be. And you'll find your identity that way. It's the most foolproof way. I just want to say the bus driver this morning, like, literally looked at me in the strangest way when I left the bus. This weirdest smile, like, bye. Like, I was just like, oh my god. Okay, like, I hope I look good right now. Like, I'm gonna look like a Cat de Luna walking away. You know, like, but I felt this, like, thing. I'm like, this is real. I can do things. Like, I'm a person. Like, I exist. Duh, you exist. Of course you do. You're 24. Like, it's not the end of the world. You're not old yet. Like, but I was just shocked. This is it. Like, this is the time to create. This is the time to work on what I want to work on. 20s are the years that you need to start putting the foundation down of what you want in life. I'm not talking about some career you don't want. Once this career takes off, please, in any way, in shape and form, please leave real estate and do what you need to do. And maybe later on you could do it. Maybe you get your finances in order. Maybe you can have a finance manager, and that you can teach you everything you need to know about managing your own finances as a young superstar or whatever. Look at Kai and Flume. That Girl's from Toronto. Never Be Like You is a song that was recorded by this incredibly talented DJ that connected a girl from Toronto to Australia. You know, there are infinite opportunities out there. You just have to know how to get them, and you just have to know how to market yourself. Your SoundCloud look like crap. Sorry, it's true. The pictures need to be like A+, like Vila's. Same with your theme. You know, Heartfelt Land, fantastic, great idea, but what about, like, what's your first album gonna be? Because you have to work on that first. That has to be out first, and you know, I don't know if it's Witch in the Countryside. I don't know if you're gonna do a pop album. I don't even fucking know the structure, to be honest. I don't even know that far, but I do know that, yeah, you're gonna have to figure out that kind of way. I could be quite delusional right now. I'm like really like zoning. I'm zoning out. I'm so tired, but at the same time, I'm so inspired. This is my inspiration day. This is my inspiration shirt. I'm like, I feel really confident and I feel really good about myself. So this is gonna go somewhere. I don't even know. Like, I think just getting that attention from my YouTube channel, knowing that I've been cranking out videos and people are actually paying attention as well, like, that's something. Like, people are actually, like, paying attention to my YouTube videos. It's like, okay. The more I crank them out, the more I can also work on my own stuff, but this does take time. It does take a lot of time for me to work on stuff. So I don't know if I should take a break and do my own music. I probably should, and then go back to the I Don't cover and the Flex cover and all the rest of that. I'm so excited right now. Like, I need like a better piano as well. This one took me here. It took me to this destination, but I need a new one because it's too hard to plug up. I was really pissed at him for doing that. So annoying. It pissed me off so much. Like, you have no idea. And yeah, I was thinking about like York University also, but expensive and time consuming. Like, just babbling now. Like, I have nothing to say really. Realized a lot about me and Brandon as well, and stuff that I like, stuff that I don't like, and stuff that maybe he doesn't even know he's doing. Like, he wants to be with me forever, but then again, like, I can't be with somebody that doesn't want to create like I do. So that's my biggest thing, is the creation difference between our personalities. It's really interesting that I found that out. Saw Power Rangers the other day. Vibes was in it. Did I say that? I love how Vibes was in that movie. It was a great movie. I loved seeing it. I actually enjoyed going to the movies, strangely. Like, it's weird, you know? Like, what's Tanya? Go to a movie? I wasted, like, half of what I had on the movie, but, and I still need to do my bills, so, fuck. But, yeah. Trying to search my brain. Yeah, the Zionist dreams that I've had earlier this year kind of mirror what I'm feeling right now, and kind of zoom in and out on the idea that this is also magical. I don't want anyone to know about the Nick Jonas thing. I don't want anybody to know. Even though my cover got posted on my wall, Jonas levels, I'm like, oh no, I don't want anyone to see that. So, but I am really happy about it. Like, I'm really proud. But I don't want anyone to see it because I want us to keep it the utmost secret. You know. I feel like also, I didn't tell you this, but when I lose weight, when I become more confident, when I get down to the weight I want to be at, I feel like people will take me more professionally because they'll see my confidence, and even my own father, I think he'll see a lot of faith in me because he'll know she is getting there. It just screams success because it heightens your vibration, and what does that bring you? Success. That creates a miracle. So, yeah, love creates miracles. Interesting. You know how that whole thing, yeah, that created my miracle of leaving. Now this one's making me create, so I'm really happy for it. I'm really inspired, and I feel like a whole new, brand new woman. So, yeah, I can say woman, right? Just between you and I don't feel old saying that, but a brand new woman. I feel quite beautiful today. I'm gotta tell you that. So excited. This is a new, like, chapter of my life. And I feel like when I'm like this, and I have, like, everything in line, I've got all my ducks in line, basically, I feel like I could take on any girl that comes at me. I'm like, do you remember me? Oh yeah, you don't? Well, I was from Havergal, Tanya Sherman, do you remember? Yeah, so we're not friends, you can't sit here. Like, I would be so good. It just takes a while to get this momentum going, but you can get it. You just have to do you for like 3 months, and literally you'll get back on the horse, and you will saddle it up, and you will ride. I promise. Okay, that's it. I think I covered everything. I don't think I missed anything. I probably missed little details about like my obsession with Nick Jonas and like my ideas and Heartfelt Land, but like I think you get the picture. I want to be in LA. I want to do big, amazing things, and yeah, I'm ready to go. When am I gonna put these vlogs on my vlog channel? By the way, people should be able to see these. Sort of. I think this would attract a lot of traffic. I think I could talk to people better. Yeah, I should really do that. Okay, bye guys.